Welcome to the next level and welcome to my spoiler review of this year's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This sequel followed up on all the good stuff from the first film and took things even further, much like the video games inspired it, so let's open it up. The film picks up where the last movie left off, where Dr. Evo Robotnik Eggman and is attempting to escape his isolation in the Muscle Hill Zone. Opening scene is hilarious right out of the gate, especially with the alternate opening that surfaced online. He finds a way off planet with the aid of Knuckles the Echidna. Though not the first time the Doctor has tricked him, this time introduces new elements into the fray, which I will get to later. One constant is that they have a mutual adversary in Sonic and a common desire for the Chaos Emeralds. Back on Earth, we rejoin Sonic in Seattle, breaking up would-be bank robbers under the ELA's Blue Justice. The whole scene is a great showcase of comedic action. I especially like the use of Run DMCs, it's tricky. Speaking back to Green Hills, he goes fishing with Tom Wachowski, and the two bond, talking about what it really means to be a hero. Elsewhere, Stills working at a coffee house known as a B&B machine, yay for alluding to that puzzle game spin-off, which is essentially the American version of Puyo Puyo. Anyway, Tom and his wife Maddie are about to head to Hawaii to attend the wedding of their in-laws. Sonic has to watch the place while they're gone, and I like the Easter eggs from the games are here already, with Sonic skateboarding and styling his quills and the guys at low polygon and 3D games. Also, remember the rings he gives to Tom and Maddie, it'll be important later. In the hills, Miles Tails Prowers appears, making good on his promise to find Sonic, who is none the wiser about the impending danger while listening to Montel Jordan. However, his days of binge-watching movies with the dog are however short-lived. He'd allow living his actor's time on Parks and Recreation when Eggman and Knuckles show up at his door. After some banter, a fight ensues, and there are parallels with their first encounter in Sonic X. Tails is able to scoop up Sonic before it's too late, commandeering a car with a gadget of his own design. I really like how the movie handles Tails, not just how he invented his gear, but how he sees Sonic as a best friend and big brother. The exact conditions of them meeting are different in each version. Sonic Origins even had a new cutscene in detailing their first encounter. That is one constant between them all. A chase ensues, and Knuckles crashes through a truck for Splash House Springwater. That's on Sonic 4, which is actually pretty nice examples of retro reimagined games. Too bad they only made 2 episodes, but Mania more than made up for it. Eggman and Knuckles meet up with Stone after gearing up, and a brief scene of Eggman doing a Fortnite dance. Sonic and Tails need to find the emeralds before Eggman does. Back in Hawaii, Tom is bonding with Rachel's fiance Randall, played by Shemar Moore. He's doing a volleyball game that would not be out of place in Top Gun. Also missing some Kenny Loggins as a soundtrack. Uncovering a hologram mission from Sonic's guardian Longclaw, he and Tails find the first clue to the Emerald of Siberia, along with a warning. The emeralds combine the Master Emerald, which can grant the holder whatever they desire most, and contains power that can cause great chaos in the wrong hands. So, I totally called it that these would be Sega taking a recognizable aspect of the games and making them their own Infinity Stones. Sonic and Tails reach Siberia, and naturally a scene where they show up at the lodge all bundled up has become very memey, and one of the many ones this movie has spawned. Unbeknownst to Sonic, Eggman and Knuckles are tracking their texts. So, not a stretch really. After a brief mix-up with Tails' digital assistant and the map, the two find themselves in a dance-off. Fortunately, with some quick thinking and Sonic putting on some Mark Ronson, they win the map back and the trust of the others in the lodge and get the Sonic Adventure pose. Resting until the blizzard breaks up, the two reach the first clue, with Eggman and Knuckles right behind them. The snowboard chase is another standout scene, being a huge call by the Ice Cap Zone, one of my favorite curtain scenes in the series. Knuckles also reveals that he lost his family the same way Sonic lost his, while him being lost his kind is a recurring element from the game's other adaptations. He's put through the ringer even more than usual this time. An avalanche occurs, and the rain Sonic gave Tom helps him and Tails escape with their lives. However, it turns the whole wedding was a front, with Randall really being a mercenary for Gun. I kind of figured that they'd make an appearance with all the Sonic Adventure Easter eggs in both movies so far. Chief of Staff from last movie is also in charge of the unit, taking Sonic and Tails into custody. I also figured they'd basically be like the shield of this franchise. The next clue is also Hawaii, and Sonic and Tails must escape to find it. While Rachel is still peeved about what happened in the last movie, she does agree to help the escape plan to get back at her basically being catfished. The movie's words and mine. Well, Tom and Maddie help free Sonic and Tails, but since the latter's injured in their escape, Rachel has a bone to pick while being used more as a wand by Randall. She crashed into the reception stage in a golf cart, downing the bubbly like it's a 40-ounce. Disclaimer: I do not endorse and or encourage doing this for real, but I do find it hilarious. Also, great use of Barracuda by Heart, a song I really enjoy. Since Tails hasn't fully recovered, Sonic's not wanting his new friend to get hurt anymore, goes after the emeralds himself. Though he's still not big on water, he's able to find the coordinates to its location. Use elements from the Labyrinth Zone, the Aquatic Ruin Zone, Hydro City, and Marble Garden Zones, and the Lost World from the first Sonic adventure. Sonic finds Master Emerald and get another fight with Knuckles as its guardian. Knuckles only realizes he's been had once Eggman claims Emerald for himself. I must say, the airballs are a nice touch, and music score has really good arrangement of the drowning music that escape from the collapsing ruins. Tails comes to and taking the plane that was at the wedding, flies Sonic and Knuckles back to the mainland, the tornado, and the Sky Chase Zone. Didn't even have to reach for those ones. Eggman, glowing green in a new suit from the Emerald's power, forges a Death Egg robot from the material around him. The three heroes unite to stop this mechanical final boss, which is piloted in this version by Jim Carrey doing his best G Gundam / Jaeger impression. If he really is retiring after this movie, at least he's leaving us laughing. As Sonic reclaims the Chaos Emeralds and his reins after dropping them during the fight in Siberia, we get the worst kept secret of the movie, Super Sonic. I was able to dodge most of the spoilers for this part, though the merchandise did slip through, with everything from McDonald's premiums to the high-end collector statues. The Death Egg is destroyed, and Eggman is once again sent packing. Tails and Knuckles join Sonic's family with a friendly bowl game, and the Master Emerald is safely back in their hands and their cooler. The credits roll to another 16-bit animated sequence set to Stars in the Sky by Kid Cudi. The stinger reveals a setup for the upcoming third film, which reveals that Gunn has found something else at Black Site. Shadow the Hedgehog. Keanu Reeves is a frontrunner to voice him as well, which should make a fine addition to his other roles including Neo, John Wick, Theodore, Ted, Logan, and Johnny Silverhand, to name a few. Naturally, this movie was another big hit, building upon the success of the first, much like its video game source material. To date, the film has made $190 million domestically and over $100 million worldwide on its $110 million budget. As I just mentioned, a third film is in development, while a spin-off series centered on Knuckles for Paramount+. I was starting to have a problem with the filmmakers breaking sequence to adapt future stories, as people making comic book films don't adapt every single story that's ever been published. They pick specific elements that work on film for the story they want to tell, often using entire plot lines for narrative and tone. With that in mind, I'm not sure how I'd want to play Maria Robotnik. My first choice for Gerald would be Ben Mendelsohn. With that, we joins the last movie as well as 2019's Pokemon Detective Pikachu among the few live-action video game adaptations to get roundly positive, critical, and commercial success. Sega has also expressed interest in having other games they make adapted, with the Shin Megami Tensei / Persona series currently being shopped around as you see this. Thank you for letting me share this with you all, and I'll be back soon. Take care, everyone.